Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. So guys, a very, very busy day for me. I'm going to try and film as much as I can. Probably going to be, majority of it is going to be on this Fiesta, on the silver one. I am going to the paint shop. The red Fiesta is now complete apart from the wing mirror cap, which I took off, left with him, and then I'll bring the car back because he didn't get it. If I forgot to tell him and he missed it as well. So yeah, it's my fault basically. So it's got to stay with him, the cap, but we can bring the rest of the car back, get it all finished off, MOT'd, and that sort of stuff. So yeah, also I managed to win another new project yesterday. This little car just looks incredible. I've never done one before. This is the first one I've ever done on this car. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes, what it's like to repair, what it's like to fix, sell, and then, you know, the interest in it and selling it as well. If there's good interest in it, definitely be looking for other ones to do. But this one is it's a really, really nice little car. So, but you won't be seeing that until probably a couple of days. I'm just too busy. I'm just too busy to show it in a minute, but I've got to pick it up from Copart Rochford. So yeah, but I really want to get this Fiesta off and ready for the body shop. So we've got some work to do on this one today, this morning. I'm not feeling great today either. I just got a headache, a bit dizzy. It's just today is just not sitting well with me. But anyway, let's continue with this. I'll set you up. Let's do this. Well, that didn't take too long. That's the wing off and the door now completely away. And I'm just sort of checking. I'm going around, making sure there's no other damage, no other bits and pieces like that. But there isn't. I can't see nothing. I don't even think these hinges have been damaged or moved or anything like that. I think they're absolutely fine. So what I'm going to have to check, though, is the plugs from this one to the other one, the old door as well. I've got the wiring loom just in case it don't fit. It might not, but it might fit. So we might get lucky there. But what I really want to do, guys, is get the door on, get it secure, and then that way he can then... I'm not going to take this one off. I'll probably leave this one on just because he might want to pull on that bit there. Maybe he's told me that before in the past, so maybe he's going to do a little bit of a pull on there. I'm not sure, so I'm going to leave that one, but I am going to put this one on and you know, see what that's like. I'm not going to put the wing on yet, the other wing that we took off the donor car. I'm going to leave the wing off just in case we need to move it about and stuff like that, but it'll be okay if I leave it off, get the door on, and then we can get it. I'll put it on the trailer, and then I'll just transport it over to him, over to his body shop, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, we are getting close now, really, for him to have that and do his work and do his job. So that's good. So, but let's just, you know, carry on for today, get that door on, and then just continue, really, just doing whatever we can, like, you know, continue taking off all the trims and all the bits and pieces off this. This dash has got to come out. The windscreen's got to come out as well. So we've got to get the scuttle panel off at the front. Window wipers have got to come off. You know, there is still quite a lot to do. We are going to be doing the engine part of it, you know, the timing belt, the water pump, the full service, but I'm not going to touch that until it's back from the body shop. So that's the main point today, is to get it ready and gone over to the body shop. So let's continue. Let's just see how far we get. Let's do this. Do you know what, guys? It's pretty astonishing, really. Just changing that door has completely transformed the whole side. You know, it's just, yeah. But it's on. Like I said to you, I'm going to leave this one on for the body shop to use that. It still needs a little bit of adjustment. It does shut. But it just needs a little bit of adjustment, I think. So I'm going to leave that for him to do. And then he can work out, you know, what he needs to do to mess around with that. I think you can, with these hinges, you've got 2 bolts at the top and 2 bolts at the bottom. And you can undo the bolts, and you can move so that the door, so the whole door sort of moves like that or moves like that. You can move it around. You can't necessarily move it this way because the hinges, both top and bottom hinges, are fixed to the actual body. And then there's no real adjustment to bring it in and out. So that we can't really mess around with. But we can mess around with the height, the up and down. So you could probably mess around with that a little bit. It's pretty much bang on, I would have thought there. Because I tried to get it to line up, you know, with this trim. But I think the top needs to go in a little bit. The bottom needs to come out a little bit. But like I said, I'm going to leave that for the body shop to do. Let him mess around with that. Did put the wing mirror on. So that's done. I haven't done anything on this door card yet. I suppose we could do a little bit of work on that as well. Maybe put the speaker in, door card back on in place, check the electrics, stuff like that works and stuff like that. I suppose we could do that. There's no reason why we can't, I suppose. So, yeah. And then I'm going to move the car off the ramp over there. And then we're going to continue just maybe doing the door card on this side. Stripping out as much as we can on the dash, whatever we can do just for now. Even the dials, I suppose. The dials, I'm going to leave the steering wheel. I'll leave the steering wheel on, take the dials off, take some trims off here, the controls for the heater controls, stuff like that. There's some trims on the other side as well. That's what will come off. The cowling around the actual steering wheel, the rack, that can all come off. So, yeah, there is some bits and pieces we can carry on doing. So, but before I do that, I just want to quickly show you what I found. Now, as you know, every time if I see something that's not right, I have to do it. It's just, it's just nice for me to know that it's done and there's going to be no problems later on. That's my fault. Like yesterday's video with the Fiesta, there was a little pinhole. She noticed some water coolant on the floor. She just kept topping it up, and then at one point she left it, forgot about it, drove it, cooked the engine. So, but I have found something underneath this car that we've got to address. So let me take it up and I'll show you what I'm talking about. It don't take long for this to go up, so there we go. Right, let me get a torch. Torch. All right, okay, let's get this one. Okay. Let me show you what I have found. Now, we haven't done anything when it comes to this engine. We're going to be doing, like I said, timing belt, water pump. But look, coolant leak coming from the thermostat. And you can clearly see it up there coming from the thermostat as well. Let me just get it like that. It's dripping from the actual thermostat going through there. I can't really quite get the camera up there to show you guys where it is, but it's up there at the bottom there. Can you see it there? Oh, it's difficult, but that's where it's coming from. It's coming from the actual thermostat. So while we're in there, we're going to be doing this, and this is the thing about noticing water leaks and things like that, and oil leaks, and the actual gearbox and the actual drive shafts are really clean. Yeah, no problem whatsoever with them. So that's a really good sign. We haven't got to pop that off, but we have got a little bit of an issue, I think, here. I'm just trying to get you in there. Looks like there's a boot or something that's spitting out. Yeah, I think that needs to be addressed as well. So we're going to have to look at that, because it looks like the grease has been spitting out of that boot, and we don't want that. We want that all greased up properly, so we might have to address that. We will have to address that. But yeah, we've got a coolant leak. So there we go. But like I said, we're gonna be doing work on this anyway. The mechanical side of it, water pump, timing belt, water pump, full service. So yeah, we'll have to whip off this alternator, get that out of the way. I'll have to probably get this intake out of the way as well, because it's easier to get to the actual flywheel, to lock the flywheel while we're doing the timing belt. So I'll probably remove that intake and remove that alternator. And then once that alternator's removed, you get good access for that thermostat. So what we'll probably do is just replace the coolant. It's not actually dropping that much, the coolant. It's probably up to, well, it is dropping, but it's not that much. We'll probably just put a new thermostat housing and new thermostat in place on this one, just to make sure that it's not going to leak. I don't know what it could be, but I like to replace the housing and the thermostat just to make sure. Right, anyway, that's enough waffling, but I just want to explain, because I like to explain what is going on, what's happened, what we need to do, and for the new owner, they know what's been done and what we've got, what we've had to do to put this back on the road. Like I said to you before, many times, really, I'm only down to do it because obviously we buy it, as a Cat S or a Cat N, and the damage is kind of down to us. But I feel that the rest of the car needs going over. The whole car needs looking at, and I will do and put it right. Even though it's an oldish car, look, 2010. Even though it's old, even though it's wear and tear, and all cars wear out eventually, nothing lasts forever. I still like to make sure that we get it through with no advisories and we go all over it. So I've already checked the discs and pads. They're more or less new, so that's good. Tyres all round are nearly new, with great tread. Look at that, look. Look at the tread. Look at the tread on that. It's just, these are like new, these ones, and they're like that all round, all four wheels. So that's good. Right. Anyway, like I said, that's enough waffling. Let's get the car off. Let's get it over here. Continue for now. I'll do as much as I can, guys, before I've got to go. But bear with me. And yeah, let's continue. Right, so guys, I am back from picking up the new project. You will see that very soon, over the next couple of days. I'm just going to do a video of it, try and get it out to you so you can see what it is. It is a lovely, lovely little car, and I'll be definitely finding some more of them cars if I can, because yeah, it is lovely, fully loaded as well. It's got everything in it. So, yeah, I'm not going to tease you too much about that. I'm going to show you that in a little while. I have been sort of removing all the panels and bits and pieces you can see there that I've been doing. So, this not too far off now, this dash from coming out. I need to get the steering wheel and the squib out of the way. And then we can get the rest of the dash out. The airbag has to be connected from the metal bar that runs underneath. It's a bit fiddly, bit tricky, but we'll get there in the end. Before we carry on, I just want to quickly give a big shout out to Carl and his wife, who popped in to see me today. It was unannounced. They just popped in, and they're actually looking for a car for their son, and I'm sure I can help them with something for him. Yeah, I've got a few cars now, plus obviously the new project. You know, they might be interested in that. You don't know, but let's just see how it goes. But it was nice to meet you both earlier. I did give them a Resurwreck mug, a cup, so they've got one of them now each. So when they're watching me, and they're big supporters of me. They've been watching me since the beginning, back at the garage, back at my house. So I really appreciate all their support and everyone's support on what I do. And yeah, it was nice to meet you. So let me now continue. I think I've got a little bit more to do before the day ends, but we'll just see how it goes. So I'll set you back up. Let's continue for now. Let's do this. Right, guys, definitely getting somewhere now. Just, it's really loose. It's not going to take much now. All that's connected is that knee airbag with the bar at the bottom. That's connected, and that sensor on the top, that's connected as well. But we can't get to that sensor until we take the screen out. So, yeah. But I thought I'd move on to other things because it all needs doing at the end of the day. And this is another job that needs to be done, which is the switch wasn't working when it's powered up. It'll work on the button on the remote, and it will unlock it here. So that tells me this is what. So I wasn't even showing you on the camera there. This is working because it works on the key, but the button don't work here. So I thought to get to that, you have to undo all this. You have to undo the actual window wiper motor because to get to the bolts, to undo the actual piece that goes along, which is this piece here. And then as soon as I lifted it up, I noticed it's not plugged in. So could it be that simple as to this has unplugged itself, and all it needs is reattaching like that? Is it going to be that simple? You know, sometimes in life things are that simple. Let's reconnect the battery. Might as well do it now because it's not going to take long. So let's just connect the battery back up and let's see if this switch now works. It could be that they've unconnected it because it didn't work. Yeah, I'm getting nothing. I need to close it really, just to double check. So what you should do is you should close it, lock it, test it with the key. It's gonna. No, I'm not really getting anything from that, I've got to be honest. Let me try the key. Nah. I'm getting no power going to this whatsoever for some reason. So that could be the reason. That could be that switch is faulty. It does happen. It does happen. That switch there is faulty sometimes. Again, this is where the donor car... this is where the donor car absolutely just keeps on giving. I'm going to get the one off the donor car, switch it over, and then we're going to see if that is the problem, and then just rule out that it's that switch, or is it the actual wiring? Don't know. But anyway, let's continue. I'll set you up. Let's see if we can work this out to finish off the day. So let's do this. Right, guys, after messing around with this, I did change the switch for another one off the donor car. Is this the original one? What's the original one here? That's the original one. Because inside there, it looks corroded on those tongs. Yeah, and this one is absolutely spot on clear. I'm trying to get you in there to have a look at this, but anyway, it's clear. It's got nothing on it at all, just bare metal, and that's exactly what it is. And I'm thinking, why has it got like a little bit of corrosion on there? And then when I've checked out the plug, it's all corroded in there. So I don't necessarily think it could have been a switch, but it's definitely related to it because it looks like there's a bit of corrosion going on the actual plug there, and on the switch itself. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to completely remove this wiring loom for the lights and the switch for the boot release. And it's pretty quick and easy. They literally just pulls it all through. You can pull it all through there, like that. That all comes through. I think one at a time. Yeah, that one goes like that. And then, does that pull through? That must pull through, surely. Surely that goes through there, doesn't it? Oh, I'm not, it comes through the other way. I reckon it comes through this way. So instead of going through that way, it's got to come through this way. So what I'm going to do is, all right, I'm going to replace this loom thing here on there. I'm going to unplug it. I'm going to unplug it there like that. Pull it all through. Go and get the donor one from the donor car. Again, the donor car is giving for repairs. That's what it was all about. That's what it was for. And I think this is going to solve it. So bear with me. Let me go and get the donor one off. It should be pretty quick. And then I'll come back in and then we'll just replace it, put it all back together and see if that is going to be our problem. I think it is. It'll be great if that is the problem. You know, I possibly could go through the wires and check to make sure, but I think it's something to do with that corrosion plug. So water's got into it and it stopped it from... So there's no point even trying to fix that. Let's just take it off, change it, and then we'll go from there. So let's do this. Right, guys, let me show you. Works every time. So basically, that is what it was. The wiring loom that went to the plug. So I changed the actual switch and I've changed the actual wiring as well. Because it was this side. It looked like it had some sort of water ingress into it. Probably, don't know really, water might have got down there and hit the plug, maybe. Don't know, but that had to be changed. And it now works every single time. So again, the donor car, wow, see what, it just gets better, doesn't it? That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep using anything I can, everything I can to use up all the parts off that donor car. But so far, so good. But I have run out of time today. I've got loads done. We've got a new project to get into in a few days' time. But for the moment, that's it. I'm absolutely shattered now. Obviously, we've still got some mechanical side of it as well to do. I am going to speak to the body shop and just say, you know, when could I get it into you? When could I book it in? If he says, you know what, I'm really booked up, can't see it for another week, then at least I know that, and we've got another week to get everything else done. You know, and I'm talking like all the mechanical side of it, the water pump, the timing belt, the service, get the windscreen out, change the dash, change all that over, put all that back in, and then It's just that side. But let me see what he says. I'll call him in the morning and we'll go from there. But for now, guys, that's it. That's the end of today's video. I'm absolutely shattered. But yeah, if you've got anything to say, don't forget to drop me a comment and let me know what you think about today's video and all the bits and pieces I'm doing. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. I really appreciate all the support, guys. And I'll see you tomorrow in the next one. Take care. See you soon.